Hello, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to another squad of, and today we're going to be doing a squad of runners-up, or a squad of people and players that finished in second place this year. So recently I did the squad of winners, the squad of league winners, where we put a team together featuring players from Real Madrid, Chelsea, Monaco, and of course Bayern Munich as well. And I also showed you a team that could fit Juventus in there too. Now today is going to be, I had a look at the leagues and I noticed that the second place in each of the league have actually got some really good players on FIFA that we could use, and are all still of course very big teams on the game. So I figured out a way that I could fit all 5 leagues like Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A and French Ligue 1 all into one team, and we're going to share that with you today. So in goal, well, make sure you smash a like on the video before we start. Right now, do it. I'll greatly appreciate it. In goal, we've got a Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper. That is Areola. We don't want to use Trapp, even though he's higher rated and probably better, just because we need a French goalkeeper from PSG, and that will help us out along the way here. So he's not the greatest of keepers on the game, I have to admit, but he did a job for me and is 6'3" with an acrobatic save technique, so I don't think he's too bad. He's actually very usable, being 81 rated. He's definitely not the worst thing in the world, but keepers aren't great anyway, right? So sticking with the French players, we need to go to La Liga and then choose some French centre-backs. Because, of course, Barcelona finished second this season, and they have 2 French centre-backs that play for them. One is Jeremy Mathieu, and then the other is Umtiti, and we've got his ones to watch version in here today. Now, that is a perfect link, so, of course, I wouldn't necessarily need to link it off anymore, and we could just... Well, right here we've got PSG and we've got Barca. We've got 2 teams sorted that are going to be on full chemistry no matter what. So that's a good way to start, knowing that we've got so many players left. But Jeremy Mathieu is 6'2". Oh, that kind of rhymed. That was awesome. He's got 71 pace, 83 defending and 81 physical. And he's actually quite good at centre-back. But Umtiti, for me, was a little bit better, because he's so well-rounded and he's got better pace. He's good on the ball, and actually his defending and physical have been boosted nicely because of the inform that he has received. So I like him quite a lot. His work rates and his height aren't the best, I have to admit, but at least he has the high defensive to counter the high attacking, so he's going to try and get back when he can. So that is Barca and that is PSG. We now need to, of course, fit in Tottenham. We need to fit in, who else is in there? We need to get in Roma, and we also need to get in Leipzig as well. So, of course, well, I can stick one more Barcelona player in, actually, and that is going to be just any, and then we'll put special, and then I can stick in Luis Suarez here in the midfield. Now, he's not going to end up playing at centre-mid as my lone centre-mid. I'll change it up in-game, and I'll show you how I do that once the squad's built. But I just thought he'd be another good player to get into the team. SBC Suarez, of course, has a 98 Team of the Year version if you wanted to. But this is the one that I think a lot of people have actually got, and he's a really good player on this game. Like, he's got 28 goals, 29 assists in 40-odd games. So, really impressive stats there from the Uruguayan player on this game. So, that's Barca and that's PSG done. Let's move on to Roma quickly. And I've got a nice strong link here. The 4-5-1 is great for this sort of stuff, of course. Now, I don't have any special versions. They're just the plain gold ones. Now, you could use Florenzi if you wanted. I think Bruno Perez has actually proved this year that he's kind of a better player on FIFA. I love Florenzi, but I really like Bruno Perez recently as well. And then we've got Salah. So, you could use any of Salah's special versions if you wanted to. And then you could even use the special version of Florenzi if you wanted to make the team even more colourful and whatnot. But Bruno Perez is super, super quick with great dribbling. That's what I like about him. When he does push up, he's actually someone that you can utilise in game. And then Salah, well, he's stupid quick as well. 92 pace and 86 dribbling. If you get different versions of him, his shooting and passing go way up as well. And turns into a bit of a monster, let's admit that. What a beast he is with this Roma version of the main man. So, moving on over to the left-hand side then, we can go to the Bundesliga. And in the Bundesliga, we have RB Leipzig. There we go. And he's not gold. I've got a silver left-back today in Hastelberg. I can't say his name very well. But we'll stick him in. And then I also have a special I think he's a left winger in my club. It is. It's Team of the Season Forsberg. One of the greatest cards on this game this year. I really like him. I packed him as an untradeable, so super happy to have him in my club. But at left back, we have got Marcel Halstenberg. Actually, it was actually quite easy to pronounce. He's a 6'2" left back with actually really well-rounded stats, especially for a silver. And he didn't stand out as to be someone that was weak on this game or slow or anything like that. He did a great job at left back. And I like him. For 22k, I don't think you can really go wrong there. And then, of course, we've got Team of the Season Forsberg. Forsberg's someone that I got really involved with in this squad. He got 10 contributions in 10 games, which is impressive, of course. 4-star skills and weak foot. The guy's got 90 shooting, but he's got 95 dribbling and 97 passing. So his vision and ability to play that ball is superb. Really fun player on this game, and obviously had a great season in the Bundesliga. So now we need some players to complete this team. So I've got 3 players from Tottenham. Now, I think 2 of them are like out of position. They're all special items, and we can go to Spurs, of course. Spurs, and then I can just put any special, and then we'll add them in, shall we? So we'll add all 3 in. I've got Dele Alli as my right cam. I've got Moussa Dembele at left cam, and then as a lone striker, of course, I've got 3 versions of this guy. I've also got 2 versions of Heung-min Son and 3 versions of Dele Alli. I've got a lot of like duplicates Tottenham items. 94 rated Team of the Season Harry Kane. So, of course, Moussa Dembele's not the greatest cam in the world, but he looks like a decent card across the board, could play CM or CDM. So we'll change things up in a minute. And he's been one of the better SBC cards this year, that's for sure. Dele Alli, player of the year, young player of the year, Team of the Season, whatever version you want to call this, has got stupidly well-rounded stats. He's 6'2". He's got like a good amount of goals for my team for someone that plays in centre mid quite a lot. And I think he's been one of the most enjoyable Premier League players this year. And then one of the most deadly Premier League strikers this year is definitely Harry Kane. A lot of people don't get on with him, but with the pace boost that he's got here and his dribbling, shooting and physical, this guy's a monster. Some of the best shots that I've ever taken on FIFA have been with Team of the Season Harry Kane. He's just got a monster of a shot on him. And I think he's solid enough to definitely make it into this team. So there you have it. That is a squad full of runners-up who all finished in 2nd place in the league this year. I guess they're all great players that could potentially do well at either other clubs or for the same club in the next season. I'd be interested to see how they do in a year's time. But in game, I'd like to change this squad to my favourite 4-1-2-1-2 second variant. And this is where I'm going to be playing everyone. So, the defence stays as it is. Suarez goes actually up front alongside Harry Kane. But because Suarez has 4-star skills, I play him on the left because he can Berber spin inside. Now, Forsberg is great when you put him at cam. 97 passing, 95 dribbling, 90 shooting. He's a perfect cam in my opinion. And then I actually switch Salah and... Wait, is it because he's left-footed? Yeah, I switch Salah and play him centre mid, which granted is probably not the best place for someone like Salah, but I have to admit he did a really good job just from being super quick in that midfield. He actually made tackles and stuff, even though he has no defending or physical, but that is probably the most out-of-position player that I have in this team. Dele Alli does a good job in centre mid, Dembele in CDM, and then this strike force, or this trio up front. The 1-2 passes that they all sort of do together, the little triangle passes, and then someone takes the shot, worked a treat for me. That's how I play it in game. That is the squad of runners-up. Now we should probably switch to green screen lasty, and I'll show you the goals that I got with the team. Okay, so goal time now. I can show you what we scored with the players that we used, and actually, as opposed to the 3 players that were scoring all the goals in the last episode or the last video where I did the whole squad of league winners, it was a little bit more well-rounded with this one. As you saw, Dele Alli scoring a goal right here. Salah scored a goal. I'm pretty sure we get goals with our other players as well. So it was slightly more spread out. The team itself, I would say, even played better than the league winners just because that trio up front of Suarez, of Forsberg, and of Harry Kane, it worked so very, very well. They each scored like lots of goals. They each assisted lots of goals. And just that triangle of passing, play and stuff was unreal. And then every now and again, one of them would just come out with like a an insane individual madness. Like that goal right there from Suarez showcased pace and dribbling and fantastic shooting, even on his weaker left foot, which, well, granted, is a 4-star weak foot. I've also scored quite a lot of these goals lately where I literally run it to the byline. I think after going to like the Berlin to watch the Ultimate Team Championships, you see how much people play down the wings, cut it inside, run it along that byline, which people will either give away a penalty or concede a goal against, and then whip it across, and then someone with decent composure and finishing is just there to tap it home. And of course, since I had that with Harry Kane and with Luis Suarez, that was the sort of thing I was going to do. Now you're seeing some of the goals that we scored with Harry Kane. This was like he hit that shot right there, first time without taking a touch, and it had loads of power and stuff, and I loved it. Now he scores a nicer one here where the defender just completely loses him, and look at that, for an outside of the boot power strike, top bins across the goalkeeper, far post. That is a sublime finish, and I'm pretty sure I just held down the shoot button. It wasn't anything like hold it down for at a certain like period of time, because otherwise it's going to go over. Pretty sure I nearly just held it all the way down with Harry Kane, because his shooting is that composed that he can just, it'll still go on target basically. Another thing that this Englishman can do, this particular version anyway, is score headers from corners, man. Like, I really noticed it first when I was conceding them all the time against the purple Harry Kane, and even against the TOTS Harry Kane a few times that I've come up against him. So I then realised that I needed to start whipping it to that front post from corners when Harry Kane is in my team, because his aerial ability is phenomenal. Like, even just from like open play, he's able to beat defenders in the air and score goals nicely, and just overall is a classic goal scorer on this game. And then we move on to the final goals that I scored, the ones that I got with Forsberg. That was a nice one to start it off, really, wasn't it? Look at the touch he takes, just on the turn, one touch to get it out of his feet, and then banging, looping over the goalkeeper and under. Just a sublime goal. I tried shooting here with Kane because, well, if that would have gone in, that would have been one of the sickest goals that I've scored all year. But Suarez picks it up, whips it into the box. I'm thinking Harry Kane header, but it's Forsberg there to win that one in the air, and it goes past the goalkeeper, right into the top corner. Actually a solid header from someone I didn't think was any good in the air. And now you're seeing some of the passing play between the three attackers. Forsberg, once he gets through there, was just super composed, able to take that touchdown out of his feet, and then whip it round the goalkeeper with a little bit of finesse on the floor, so he can't quite get down to save it. Suarez then whips it across, well, at the keeper. Buffon saves. Buffon saves the first attempt from Forsberg, which was actually an unreal save when you see the replay here. Look at him dive in to get that one. What a legend. But unfortunately, he just palms it straight back into Forsberg, who ends up netting that shot. And then that was a really nice goal right there. Like, he just outstrengthed and outmuscled a couple of defenders, and then, like, whips it. It's hardly a powerful strike. It was just like a whippage over and round the goalkeeper. Really cool goal right there. And then this one, look at the left foot. 4-star weak foot on this guy. That's a solid finish. Like, to be able to rely on a 4-star weak foot on a player like that means that almost felt like a 5-star, right? Let's face it. So, overall, that is my team. I know we switched things around quite heavily in-game, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the squad of runners-up, or the squad of players that finished second in the league this year. I quite like doing squads like this. So obviously I've now done the winners, and I've now done they're not the losers, but they're the people that came so close but yet so far from winning the league. As I said in the last episode, in the league squad of winners, I could do maybe a team full of people that won the Champions League, the World Cup, other ideas, like a squad of relegation players. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. Whilst you're there, smash a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a good one, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.